Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine. It's Kamada, and this is another Chelsea transfer news video where I'll keep you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea transfer news stories. And in this video, big stories regarding the superstar Neymar. Going to be talking about links regarding him. Going to be talking about Marcos Alonso potentially leaving to Atletico Madrid. Going to be reading the publication reports and giving my thoughts and opinions. And also Jeremy Boga wanted by Barcelona, and will Chelsea exercise their buyback option on Jeremy Boga? And of course, finally, we are going to talk about other transfer stories as well. So of course, make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Smash the like button if you do enjoy this video. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are new around here. Make sure you hit the bell notifications to find for every time I do upload, and comment down for your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get straight into that. Of course, starting off with the first story, Neymar, the superstar. Do I need to say more? The guy is a world-class player, arguably top 3, even top 2 at this current moment in time, with the decline of Cristiano Ronaldo, top 3, top 4 in the world. Of course, plays for PSG, the 27-year-old Brazilian, and he's been heavily linked away from PSG. Of course, many clubs are interested, and Chelsea are one of those names. Now, yesterday a report came out from Le Parisien, the PSG outlet, so PSG publication. They're relatively reliable out in France, the French outlet. And they're reporting that numerous clubs are interested in signing Neymar, and also PSG have named the price tag on him. And the clubs interested are, of course, Manchester City, Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and of course Chelsea as well. And they've put a £150 million price tag on his name, and for me, that's a good deal. For me, I'll be honest, signing a superstar for that price, and we have the funds, it's incredible. I honestly believe it will be a world-class signing. And the reason why I say it's because he's, like I said, the top 3, top 4 players in the world. Elite talent, world-class player. I'm talking world-class superstar level. Has everything. The guy is in his prime, and he will elevate our team to new heights. He is a top-level superstar caliber that Chelsea really should be aiming for. Honestly, the guy is a superstar. He's world-class. He's elite. He's honestly just an elite player. And yes, he does have attitude problems. Yes, of course, he does bring a lot of bad issues. You know, he could split the dressing room or bad attitude and etc. But his performances on the pitch are incredible. You cannot ignore that. You cannot deny that. His goal-scoring record, his assist record, his dribbling, his finesse, just the 5-star skills he has. The guy has so much flair and talent. It's unbelievable. And for me, he's rotting at PSG. I honestly believe that there's no need for him to be at PSG. I do believe, however, that Barcelona are the favourites for him. Of course, he was at Barcelona a few years ago, and I think they are the most realistic ones. Of course, Ousmane Dembele looks like he will be heading out the door, so I think that will pave the way for Neymar. And of course, we've got Real Madrid in the running, in the mix as well. But I just don't think that Real Madrid are very suitable for him. And the reason why I said this is because I mentioned this in my last video as well, is the financial fair play regulations. They have a lot of financial fair play problems. Of course, we know they had a mega summer last year signing Luka Jovic, and they've already got a ready-made replacement, Eden Hazard, there. They just signed him last summer. If you do sign Neymar, you can't leave either on the bench, so you'd have to play them together. So what happens to Rodrigo's development? What happens to Vinicius Junior's development? What happens to Jovic, who's replaced by Benzema? That's the issue. And the other problem is, like I said, they spent over £250 million last summer, and of course they have to balance those books. So with FFP, like I said, they're going to have to raise the cash in sales or funds this year, hence why they're planning to sell Isco and James Rodriguez, etc. And I think signing Neymar will mean that FFP will ruin them completely, and they will be banned from FIFA. So I don't think it's a financially clever move for Real Madrid, hence why I don't believe Real Madrid is a really realistic target for Neymar, especially when they have Eden Hazard. Like I said, Barcelona, in my opinion, are the favourites, and of course you have other 2 clubs, Juventus and Manchester City. Juventus, they've got Cristiano Ronaldo. We know he's declining, but they've got other top players such as Dybala. Will Sarri want Neymar at Juventus? And also, can Juventus pull off that amount of money? We know Ronaldo's on huge wages. His wages are ludicrous, astronomical wages. From what I heard, 600,000 a week. So it's an incredible amount of wages. I don't think that they can afford both Ronaldo and Neymar. I don't think it's quite realistic for Juventus. And of course, we've got Manchester City. Manchester City, you know what Pep Guardiola is like, his style, his system of formation. He doesn't have a superstar in his team. You know, he has players that are systematic, that are designed and made for a system, that produce like a well-oiled machine. They produce, on a regular basis, and they're world-class talents. With Neymar, it could disrupt that formation, and of course, it means that one of Raheem Sterling, Leroy Sané or Guerrero will have to be missing. And will Pep Guardiola want to disrupt that? That's another question. Of course, we know that Manchester City can also flex their muscles. They can financially do it if they really wanted to. But then so can us. Of course, we had a transfer ban that has been uplifted. We weren't able to sign. We raised sales and Morata's money, Hazard's money, of course, Champions League money we never spent, the potential Champions League money that we could have for next season, all the commercial deals, sponsorship deals as well, all the money from that, all the cash. So we do have the funds to pull this deal off if we wanted to. And now it's whether it comes down to two things. Number one, can we strike a deal with PSG? Of course, they have put the asking price of 150 million for a player in his prime, a superstar. For me, it's a good price. Secondly, can we agree a fee with his agent? Of course, agent fees are going to be incredible because of the player that he is. And number three, will he want to pick Chelsea over the potential clubs that are after him? Of course, we nearly signed him when he was at Santos, and he's always been a superstar. For me, it'd be a no-brainer. I'll definitely take Neymar at Chelsea, but of course, it's up to you guys. Would you guys take Neymar at Chelsea? Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. If you want him, again, what's your reasoning why? And if you don't want Neymar at Chelsea, again, leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below as your reasons to why. For me, for that price of £150 million, is an opportunity you can't not take, because of course he's a superstar, top 2, top 3 players in the world, and he will immediately improve our 11 and elevate our squads. But let's get into the second player of the story of the transfer video, and that is of course Marcos Alonso. And of course Marcos Alonso has been linked to the move away from Chelsea, and two clubs have been in the running: Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid. Of course, he was close to signing for Atletico Madrid last summer, but of course it collapsed because of our transfer embargo, and we needed to keep as many squad players in the team as possible due to injuries. But now that the embargo has been lifted, it's looking likely that Pedro, Giroud and Alonso will be leaving, and Atletico Madrid have been interested in Marcos Alonso's services. Atletico Madrid are interested in trying to bring Marcos Alonso from Chelsea in the January transfer market using the same formula they used in Morata. The transfer now with a later purchase option, and that is according to Cope, which is a Spanish publication. Now, of course, Inter Milan and Atletico Madrid have both been really interested in signing him. However, they both don't want a permanent deal, which is understandable. He hasn't been playing too well for the last couple of seasons. He doesn't fit our formation, doesn't fit the system. And for me, he's just dead wood at this point. And I think that because he hasn't been proving it, I don't think Inter Milan and Atletico Madrid are willing to actually pay the permanent fee, because they don't know what type of Marcos Alonso they will be getting, would they fit their system, etc, etc. And I think that the best option is that there's a clause in the contract, so it's maybe a 6-month loan or an 18-month loan or a 1-year loan, where there is an option to buy at the end of it. Now, of course, Mourinho wanted a permanent deal, which is understandable, but Atletico Madrid and Inter Milan don't want a permanent deal, but rather an option to buy. And I think that now Mourinho is more open to an obligatory to buy, so where basically, of course, he goes out on loan, but then at the end of his loan spell, the club has to purchase that player. So Marcos Alonso has to purchase that for a fee. So of course, if we put a €20 million or €25 million clause in his contract, at the end of that loan free, if there's an obligatory to buy, that club, if it's Atletico Madrid or Inter Milan, they'd have to pay that money, where it's just not an option. They have to mandatory, they have to be paying that fee. So I think that's what they're going to be coming to agree on. That's what Mourinho wants, because she wants to permanently move from Alonso, receive the funds so we can have a larger budget for the summer transfer window. Of course, it's more logical and it's more smarter. So like I said, for me, Marcos Alonso, he doesn't benefit the team anymore, and I think that the way to move forward into the future, of course, doesn't fit our formational system, is to sell him now. That's my thoughts, opinions. Again, leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. But getting into the final player, and that's of course Tomori, and it was announced yesterday that he did sign a brand new 5-year contract with Chelsea, which leads up to 2024. And of course, great news, another academy prospect. He's had a fantastic season so far, signing a long-term contract. Looks like Tammy Abraham will be following soon. That's the news report, that he will also be signing a 5-year contract soon. But Tomori's contract has been announced, which will be taking him up to 2024. So of course, fantastic news for him. Really, really excited for him. And yeah, I think he deserves it. His performances this season have been fantastic, and hopefully he can build on this for the future. He's proven me wrong. I'm sure he's proven a lot of you wrong, and he's really shown that given a chance and opportunity, he can really develop, he can really prosper and shine. Performances have been good, aerially, dribbling, commanding, composed on the ball. He's been a fantastic, defender, solid interceptions, and he could become one of the best centre backs. He's definitely been one of the best centre backs. He's broken his way into the England national team as well. So congratulations to him on that as well. And I think that it's a long-term contract that is well deserved for him. So well done, Fikayo Tomori, do deserve it. But yeah, going to wrap up the Chelsea transfer news video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. If you are new on here, make sure you hit the bell notifications for every time I do uploads. And comment down below your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But without further ado, I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.